Hi everybody, my name is Johnny Piazza and I want to welcome you to this episode of Dream Makers. Hi everybody, my name is Johnny Piazza, host of Dream Makers. Now Dream Makers is brought to you by the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. And the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, their sole mission is providing hunting, fishing, and other outdoor adventures to youths under the age of 25 that have cancer and other life-threatening illnesses, and also disabled veterans that have, gone out and fought for our country. Regardless your situation, there is nothing like getting in the outdoors and having some fun that helps put a new perspective on life. The Outdoor Adventure Foundation is all about providing those big dreams to these people and giving them an experience a lifetime that they'll never forget. Now in this episode, we've got two very special hunts that I think you're gonna love. I'm excited about it, but first, if you want more information on the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, check us out online. Go over to our Facebook or go to outdooradventurefoundation.org. Now let's get this hunt started. You guessed it, folks, we're going on a turkey hunt. Now, I am super excited because turkey hunting is my absolute favorite. Our next recipient, his name is Jamison. He's done a little bit of hunting, but this right here, this is gonna be his first turkey hunt ever.
I am Jamison Bogren. I live in Bismarck, North Dakota. In 2015, I was a senior in high school. I started to get extremely tired, like sleeping 20 hours a day. The next day we went to Mayo, where I got diagnosed with brain cancer with a germ cell and teratoma cell or a tumor in my brain.
After his resection, his surgery, he finished up his 3 other rounds of chemo and then waited a little bit and then went through 6 weeks daily radiation down at Mayo. So I think all told, with all of his brain surgeries and his other surgeries, it's been about 9 surgeries.
Treatment is over. Treatment is all done. Just now in remission and getting back to life.
I had gotten a email back from Brian. He said, don't say anything. We'll send Jamison a letter, and it was awesome to see his face when he got the letter.
One day she just pops this letter on me saying, get to go on a hunt. So I'm extremely excited.
He was pretty excited when he found out that he was going on this turkey hunt. And yeah, he's been looking forward for a long time.
I've been looking forward to this since the day I got the letter, but this is what I love to do, so this is definitely what I hoped for.
So everybody always asks me, they say, Johnny, why are you such a turkey nut? Why do you love it so much? Well, it's quite simple. It's the engagement with the bird. You're out there, you're making calls, he's gobbling back, where's he gonna pop out? There's a lot of running and gunning involved. And I'd say the main reason is that the turkey, sometimes, he hunts you.
Well, Jamison, we're about to go on our first adventure together. We're gonna go get a wild turkey here out by the Kindred, out by the Cheyenne River. Gotta have one of our hats. And we've got a nice jacket for you.
Wow.
For the hunt, and on that note,
thank you.
Let's go hunt.
Let's do it.
So Brian Solomon, he's the founder of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and he's not a behind the curtain type of founder. He's right out there having fun with these guys, enjoying the experiences, and he does a lot of the hunting with them. But for this trip, he's gonna be setting up the decoys, setting Jamison in his blind, and he's taking off and hoping that the guys can call in a big old gobbler.
Good luck. Give me a shout. I'm gonna be on the other side of the river here, checking that stuff out. So I guess tomorrow but anyway. Good luck. I'll see you guys.
See you later.
Now there's so many different ways that you can contribute to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. Now on this specific hunt, Paul, he's the landowner, and he's gonna be helping Jamison out on his very first turkey hunt. Now when you're hunting turkeys over decoys, your biggest hope is that you're gonna look up and you're gonna see a big old tom strutting around the decoys. Now the guys, they look up, but what they saw, they didn't expect it. So the guys are in the blind, they're doing a little bit of calling, and all of a sudden they look up, and sure enough, here comes a big old longbeard.
Yeah, he's a nice one. He's coming this way, but he's still a long ways away.
So this tom comes walking in, and Jamison's got a shot, but he's got to get the gun up and he's got to get ready. Before you know it, the tom makes his way behind a little bit of brush. Now Jamison, being a novice turkey hunter, he doesn't know that sometimes you can let a shotgun shell sling into a little bit of brush and make it work. But he takes the responsible route, doesn't make the shot, and lets the old tom walk away.
If you want to shoot, you can. I'm gonna shot him. Okay, wait.
All right, so our hunters have had a great hunt. They've seen some action, saw a big old tom, but the blind really ain't working out for them. So they're gonna grab their gear and they're gonna go on my favorite style, which is a run and gun. Stick with us. Dream Makers will be right back. These dreams were made possible by Collin Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Ingolstadt Foundation, and Shields. Welcome back to Dream Makers, everybody. Now we are in an intense turkey hunt with our hunter Jamison, and the guys, they've ditched the blinds, and now they're on a run and gun. And their plan is pretty simple. Paul's gonna be taking Jamison, he's gonna be doing a little bit of calling and hoping to locate and get close to a big old tom turkey. Now run and gun style of turkey hunting is my absolute favorite, and the reason is really simple. It's a lot of fun, it's a lot of action. You know, I consider it as a game of chess. Where's that turkey at? How can I get to him? How can I call him to make him think I'm a hen? And how can I bring him into me? Now, as fun as chasing turkeys is, it does have its downsides, especially when you've got a cameraman trailing behind you. So Paul and Jamison are gonna have to figure out how to get on these birds and make it work without getting spotted. As many people may know, turkey have amazing eyesight. They can see you from way off. So the fact that there's 3 of them, Paul, Jamison, and the cameraman walking around in the woods, they're gonna have to be really, really careful. So Jamison and Paul spot some birds off in the distance. It's a big old tom, he's got 3 jakes with him. So Paul turns to Jamison, he says, hey, let's sit down, let's do a little bit of calling and hope that they come in. Another great thing about turkey hunting, depending on how you look at it, is they're always popping out of places that you would never expect. The guys are all set up on the side of this tree and they think they're pulling one over on these birds. But when you know it, the birds pop up in a totally different position than they thought they'd be. And they look up and they're on them before they know it. So now Jamison's got a decision to make. The tom, he's in the back. The 3 jakes are up front and they're getting closer. Remember, turkeys have amazing eyesight and these guys are not far away at all. Jamison's got to figure out, does he want to wait for that big old tom or does he want to go ahead and put one of these jakes on the ground? And he makes his decision pretty dang quick. Now when you're turkey hunting and that turkey finally hits the ground, there's no feeling like it. You know, the highs and lows of getting that turkey all come to a head and you just get this feeling of excitement that you couldn't experience anywhere else. You know, watching Jamison, watching his face, you can tell that all the problems, any issues he might have had with his illness, that all fades away. And that's the case for any outdoorsman, regardless of your situation. The outdoors, there is no better way to get away from any problems and just get out and have a good time.
It was a great hunt. We had the 3 of them further out than these 3, and they came in just running, and it was exciting, and it kind of came around the back side of us, so we had to turn on them, but Jamison made a great shot. And
Thank you.
And,
I can't say thank you enough.
so it's our pleasure. That's the fun of, that's what we do.
This is the first hunt I've done since I've been put in remission. So I am
Great.
ecstatic about this.
Congratulations, Jamison.
you.
Wow, big bird.
To see him enjoying life again, doing things that he loves, getting back into living instead of living in the medical world, it's amazing. And organizations like this are, until you experience it, you don't appreciate how much help this does for just his recovery.
And this is just another example of how the Outdoor Adventure Foundation provides these life-changing experiences for its recipients. If you'd like to learn more about getting involved with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, go to our Facebook page or go to our website. Now coming up, we're going after something a little bit bigger than a turkey. I'm talking about real big. These dreams were made possible by Colin Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Ingolstadt Foundation, and Shields. If you've got a question, we've got an answer. This is Dreammakers Q&A. All right, everybody, I got a really good one. This one comes to us from Joe from Michigan. He says, hey guys, quick question. Does the Outdoor Adventure Foundation only take people on hunts? Joe, that's a really good question, and the answer is no. They also do a lot of fishing, and they do things that don't necessarily have to do with the outdoors. Taking people to NASCAR races, taking them to baseball games, and they also do a lot of banquets throughout the year to raise funds and make sure to keep these communities tight. Now, if you guys have a question, please go to our Facebook page or go to outdooradventurefoundation.org. Welcome back to Dreammakers, everybody. Now, before the break, I promised you we were going after something big, and we're gonna get there. But this hunt, it's taking place in North Dakota, and North Dakota is teeming with wildlife. And here to talk a little bit more about that, we've got TV veteran host and supporter of the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, Keith Warren.
So North Dakota is a sleeper in my opinion when it comes to wildlife, and many hunters actually don't even consider North Dakota when it comes to hunting small game or big game because they think North Dakota is just flat. Well, a lot of North Dakota is flat, but let me tell you something. There's a lot of game in North Dakota, and I spent a lot of time over there chasing all kinds of critters. The cool thing about North Dakota, I mean, the whitetail hunting is just off the charts. And so, you know, I've spent a lot of time whitetail hunting, and I've taken some really nice deer over there. For the bow hunter, North Dakota, you better hunt in the woods because a lot of North Dakota is open up, and so it's kind of tough for a bow hunter. As far as rifle hunting goes, I mean, heck, if you want to go air out a rifle, there's nothing better to do than to go to North Dakota, and I like to head over in the Badlands, and I like to shoot prairie dogs, and I mean, there are jillions of them, and it's a lot of fun. And then all of a sudden, you got to look at it, you got to think, wait a minute, mule deer. North Dakota's got some pretty doggone good mule deer, and I've been lucky enough to experience a nice mule deer hunt over there. And of course, North Dakota is where I actually met up with the folks at the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. It was many, many moons ago. I met up with Brian Solomon. So many volunteers that helped put together this fantastic organization that does such a good thing for people that need it the most. And so through the years, I mean, you know, I've aged, Brian's aged, everybody's getting older, but you know what? That makes us stop a little bit longer and to realize there are some things that are really precious to us. And what is precious to us is giving back to people that aren't as fortunate as we are. And the outdoors is just a wonderful thing to give back. And so I encourage everybody, not just people in North Dakota, I encourage people all over the United States, if they are concerned about the image that sportsmen have, you may want to consider donating to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. You know, you can donate to them with, of course, a cash contribution is nice, but you know what? Your time. There's not any paid employees with the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. I mean, you got to think about that. That's pretty doggone cool. They're all volunteers. And you can donate your time. If you're a landowner, you have a hunting lease or a ranch that people can come hunt on, consider donating a hunt to the Outdoor Adventure Foundation. It's the right thing to do, and it'll make you feel wonderful. So with all the big game and small game I've experienced hunting in North Dakota, there's one thing I've always wanted to do and I've never been able to do it. But the recipient coming up, it's his lucky day.
I'm Colin Blade, 24 years old. Growing up, I was diagnosed with hypereosinophilic gastroenteritis. It's a hard one to say. It's a blood disorder in my white blood cells that creates too many eosinophils and eats away at the lining of my organs and stuff. I don't let it bring me down at all, so I keep positive about it. I was basically born and raised a hunter. Grew up hunting. Hunting in general makes it better. Getting to come on this trip definitely gives you high spirits and makes you look forward to it. And one day I was opening my mail and I got a letter from the Outdoor Adventure Foundation, and Brian had said that I'd received a bull moose hunt in mid-September, and this was probably 3 to 4 months prior to. And then it was just, hurry up and get here, let's go hunting.
Now, helping out on this hunt is a gentleman by the name of Roy. And Roy is a volunteer. He's gonna be helping out in any way that he can and hoping that Colin's gonna be able to get a big old moose on the ground. Now, the plan for this moose hunt is they're gonna get in the truck and they're gonna drive around looking for a mature bull. Now, there's a lot of farmers in the area that want these moose gone because they're hurting their crops. So they're gonna drive around, find a shooter, and hopefully get Colin in position for a shot.
Ready?
We're just out here kind of scouting and looking. Really kind of a locate them spot and stock. They had seen earlier in the year, right in this area where we are, 17 bulls in one bunch. And they're starting to disperse and follow the cows, and we're just helping to locate so we can kind of get an idea and see if we can pinpoint a real good bull here. It's a cow. Young cow. It looks.
So the guys are driving around in the truck and they're starting to see some moose action. They're seeing some younger bulls, some cows, some calves, but they just haven't seen that monster yet. These dreams were made possible by Collin Children's Foundation, Sanford Health, the Ingolstadt Foundation, and Shields.
There he is, right there. Okay. Yeah, we got him. Can we shoot him here? Okay, you got him, take him. Keep your eye on him.
So the guys finally spot a big shooter bull. He's out in the sunflower field and all they can see is his back moving through the flowers. Now in North Dakota, it's illegal to hunt in an unharvested crop without permission from the landowner. Fortunately, the guys have got permission, and actually the landowners couldn't be happier because there's not much more that'll ruin your sunflower crop than a big old bull moose.
Take your time, shoot him good. Wait till he stops and looks and then hammer him. You got a bullet in your gun? Hurry up.
Now, moose is a massive animal. It would get anybody's blood pumping. So Colin has to make sure to calm down and take a shot because this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Woohoo! Nice shot!
Shot! Right down.
High fives.
So Colin pulls that trigger and drops that moose where he stands. Everybody's all jacked up and excited. They got a big old bull down in the sunflowers.
Hey!
Oh, you bet. You bet.
Good job, Colin.
Good job, buddy.
Good job, buddy.
Now, if you're a hunter, you've probably, taken your whitetail out of the field on your own and done all your own processing yourself and all that, but that is pretty much impossible with a big old bull moose. They are absolutely giant. So it's gonna be all hands on deck to get Colin's moose taken care of and ready for the freezer. One of the great things about the Outdoor Adventure Foundation is that it's not just about the hunts. They work with taxidermists to provide taxidermy mounts for the recipients so that they can remember their experience of a lifetime.
We've all had relatives that have had problems, and these kids get a chance to go do this, and it's a great deal. You just can't beat it.
It's just a good cause. It's the people we've met through it, with Brian and the rest of the people that's involved. It's just a good cause, and it's fun, and it's something kind of unique for the recipients and for us. I mean, we're getting more out of it than they are, I believe. I really do. So.
Once again, I'd like to thank the Outdoor Adventure Foundation for giving me the trip of a lifetime or a hunt of a lifetime. Without them, it definitely wouldn't have been possible.
Well, that does it for this episode of Dream Makers. I want to thank you all for watching. If you have any comments or questions, go to our Facebook page, go to our website. My name's Johnny Piazza, and we'll see you next time on Dream Makers.